Build and run. So we have a rectangle here starting at this 0, 0, length is 6 and height is 4. Let's build and run. Yes, so now we have a border having ultra thickness and a red color. Now let's fill it up with yellow color. So we write comma fill equals yellow. Let's build and run it. So now we have a rectangle which is filled up with yellow color. Let's rotate it. So we would write comma and then rotate equals 30. That is rotate by 30 degrees. This one. Let's build and run it. So now our rectangle has rotated anti-clockwise by 30 degrees. Yes, I think one thing which I missed was in a line was having different types of line. So the different types of line could be, this is the same plain line. We could have a dashed line. We could have a dotted line. So let's change that first over here. So I'll just go here. Maybe let's change it here. So after this, I write comma and I write dashed. Over here, I write dotted. Let's build and run it. So now if you see, the red color line is dashed, whereas the blue color line is dotted. Similarly, we can have dotted rectangle, a dashed rectangle by just writing the word dashed or dotted over here. So as you can see, now the border is dashed. Now let's create a circle. So we write slash begin TIKZ picture and then we draw. What do we draw? We need to draw a circle. So the circle starting point is 0, 0 followed by the word circle, and what should be the radius? So we write radius equal to 2 centimeter. Let's build and run it. Yes, so now we have a circle of radius 2 centimeter. We can apply all of these properties here as well. So I'll say draw a circle of blue border. It should be ultra thick. It should have fill. Let's say I want to fill it up with blue color itself, but it should be light blue. So I can mix blue and white. So let's say I write blue exclamation mark, say 50%. So it will be 50% of blue and 50% of white. And let's make it dotted. Let's build and run it. Let's just change this to 20%. Okay, so now we have a light blue color fill, a border which is of dark blue, that is a normal blue color. It's a circle starting at 0, 0. So if you see over here where my cursor is, this is 0, 0 and the radius is 2 centimeters. We can change this 0, 0 maybe to 2, 0. And if you have, okay, so so if you have multiple, circles over here, let's draw it to view it. So one is at 0, 0 and one is at 2, 0. Let's make this one as 0, 0. To note the difference, let's make this red. This one as red. Instead of dotted, I'll write dashed. Let's build and run it. So now we have two circles. One is blue and one is red. So this is starting from this orientation is 2, 0 and with radius as 2 centimeters. Now, using the same command circle, we can draw ellipse as well. So let's do that. So slash begin TIKZ picture. What do we need to draw? We need to draw a circle starting at 0, 0 circle, basically ellipse, but ellipse the x radius is different and y radius is different. So let's say we have x radius, x space radius is equal to 2 centimeter, while y radius is equal to 4 centimeter. Let's build and run it. So now we have an ellipse. Let's just add the properties as well so that it looks nicer. So now we have an ellipse where the y radius is more than the x radius. Let's just create another one wherein the x radius is larger than the y radius. So we have x radius as 4 and we modify y radius as 2. So now this is one kind of ellipse and this is the other kind of ellipse. Well, now let's draw an arc. So for drawing an arc, let's just take this an example of these two lines. So let's just draw them first. So we'll write slash begin TIKZ picture. So we want one horizontal line and one vertical line rather than a slanted line. So let's say we write slash draw. We would draw a red line which is ultra thick. All right. Starting from 0, 0 and ending at 0, 4, which is a y-axis, and then we have x-axis, same, red, ultra thick, starting at 0, 0 and ending at 4, 0. Let's just add some space to it. Now what do we want? We want to draw an arc starting from this position and ending at this position. So instead of just drawing a straight line and controlling it, we'll actually use the arc command to draw it. So I'll come here and I will write slash draw. Again, we would want the arc to be red in color and it should be ultra thick. Starting where? Starting at 4, 0. So 4, 0 arc, and then there are three arguments. The arc degrees. So starting with 0 degrees and ending at 90 degrees. So if we write 0, 90. Suppose we write 45, it would have a arc only till 45 degrees and not till 90 degrees. So in fact, you can draw a circle which is 0 to 360 using an arc. Okay. So then colon and then the size. So how big your arc should be. 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter. In our case, this is a 4. So let's make it 4 centimeters. Let's build and run. So there's a okay, yeah, I forgot a semicolon here. So write semicolon. Let's build and run. So now we have an arc starting at 4, 0 from 0 degrees going to 90 degrees, and then the size is 4 centimeters. Let's make it 180 just to get a feel of what is actually happening. So if you see over here, now this arc is 180 degrees. Similarly, if you put 360, it would be a different circle. Let's make it 90. Okay. Now, we would like to fill it with some color as well. Since these are just mere points or basically just lines, there is another way to achieve and fill it using just one command. So let's just add some space first. /begin TIKZ picture. And then we will write our fill draw command instead of draw command. So /fill draw. And then we need to fill it up with yellow color. So we'll write fill is equal to yellow. The border should be of red color. So we'll write draw is equal to red. We want the border to be ultra thick. And then finally, what do we want to draw? So we want to draw a line starting at 0, 0, ending at 4, 0, followed by the arc, and followed by this another line. So let's do that. 0, 0, going to 4, 0, followed by the arc, so which is ARC 0, colon 90, colon 4 cm. Okay, let's build and run it. I forgot a semicolon again. Sorry. Build and run it. So now what do we have? We have a line 0, 0 to 4, 0, followed by the arc, which goes from 0 to 90, and then it is filled with yellow color. But there is no line over here. Why is that? Because we haven't really mentioned this 0, 0 again over here. So that means from 4, 0, after this arc ends, it should come back here. But why do we need to write the coordinates again? It's not required, but we still want a line. So the command to do that is to tell this fill draw command that go to the starting point, which is 0, 0, by writing / cycle. That means it's a cycle. From where it started, go back to that place. So now we have the line from 4, 0 till 0, 0 as well. So this is how we draw basic shapes using arc, lines, rectangles, circle, ellipse, arc, etc. Now let's proceed to draw some slightly complex ones. So let's say we want to draw 3 rectangles with text Mumbai, Pune and Ratnagiri in it. All should be connected to each other using lines, but it should also mention the distance in kilometers. So we will do this by a slightly different technique rather than drawing everything manually. So we do that by writing /begin TIKZ picture. Now everything that we need to denote or to give a name to it. So you want to give a name to this particular shape. You want to give a name to this particular shape so that you can address it later on. That can be written using a command called node, NODE. So we'll write /node, then in box brackets, what that node should be. So it should be a rectangle. Okay. Then we need to define the properties of rectangle. So let's say the border should be black. The border should be thick and it should be filled with yellow color. Okay. Now let's give a name to this particular node that we have drawn. So the name, let's say we give name as A, and where this node should be drawn at. So coordinates. So at 0, 0, and then finally in curly brace the content of this node, the what this node should contain. So let's say this node should contain Mumbai. Let's build and run it. All right, we have this node Mumbai over here. Let's just take it to another page. So we have this Mumbai node over here, yellow color, black color border, yellow color fill, thickness, and it's termed as A, and it is at 0, 0. All right. Let's create two more nodes, Pune and Ratnagiri. So slash node in box bracket rectangle, comma draw black, comma thick, fill equal to yellow, and then we name it as B, and it should be at, let's say, 1.5 and -2. That would be somewhere here. So this is at 0, 0, so 1.5 would be somewhere here, and this is at 0 is here, so we need to come down. So maybe we'll come down by -2 points. So -2, and then what should it contain? It should contain Pune. Similarly, we'll draw a node for Ratnagiri. We'll term that node as C, and we call this as, alright, let's build and run this. So we have to change the coordinates. Both have appeared here itself. So Ratnagiri, let's say we put it as 0.5, and let's get it more down to -5. I mean, this is how Mumbai, Pune and Ratnagiri might look on the map. Okay, so Mumbai, Pune and Ratnagiri. Now we want it to be connected. All these rectangles to be connected. So how do we connect? Okay, before we proceed to connect, let's just say that tomorrow if you want to add more nodes to it, so we want more places, say Kolhapur, etc. Don't you think writing node, rectangle, draw black, thick, yellow, fill every time is too tedious? So to avoid that, you can mention these properties as a style. We give that style a name and then just write that name over here or wherever it is needed. So we'll just copy this, and then before this TIKZ picture begins, I write slash TIKZ style. In curly brace, I write the name of the style. So these are nothing but places. So let me just give a name to this called places. And then the definition. That definition is nothing but these properties which I just copied. So I paste it. And then finally over here, instead of writing all of this, I write places. So now the code also looks a bit neater. So we have node called places. What is places? It's a rectangle, drawing with black border, thickness, and filling it with yellow color. At nodes, at points 0, 0, 1.5, -2, 0.5, -5, named as ABC and text as Mumbai, Pune, Ratnagiri. Now we need to connect these lines. So to connect them, we would write slash draw. Where do we connect? Instead of now writing 0, 0, 1.5 -2, we would write draw A to B. So now if you see, we have a name given to these coordinates as well, or basically to these nodes. So we can just write draw AB, and there would be a line from 0, 0 to 1.5 minus 2. Now let's build and run it. So as you can see, now we have a line from here to here. Now let's add both these lines as well, that is from Mumbai to Ratnagiri and Ratnagiri to Pune. So we would write slash draw B to C slash draw and C to A. Alright, we have the lines connected to all these nodes as well. Now we need to write the distance. So what's the distance between Mumbai to Ratnagiri, Mumbai to Pune and Pune to Ratnagiri? So let's do that. So just before this to command, just before this B, that is after 2, we would create another node, and in curly brace we would write the kilometers. So let's say we write 148 kilometer. So now if you see, we have this 148 kilometers written between this node A and B. Let's write the same thing from Pune to Ratnagiri and Ratnagiri to Mumbai. So what we'll do is, we'll just copy this here. I just write it again. Node in curly brace, it is maybe 303 kilometers, and this one is say 330 kilometers. Alright, let's build and run it. So now we have the kilometers also mentioned, but it is coming on top of the line. We would like to shift 148 kilometers towards the right, this 303 towards the right, and this 330 towards the left. So that we would write in box bracket just after this node command, right. This one also should be right. However, this one should be left. Alright. So now 148 kilometers shifted to the right, this one also shifted to the right, and this one shifted to the left. So this is how you draw figures using nodes. So this is quite simpler way to draw such complex diagram. Now let's proceed ahead. I guess I just have 15 minutes more and I'll wrap up quite fast. But let's go ahead and draw a state transition diagram which consists of some circles and connect them using different types of lines. So let's first define the style. So we'll define the style as TIKZ style and we'll call it as states. It should be a circle. So in box bracket, circle, comma, it should be brown in color. It should be very thick. We need to fill it up with brown color, but mixed with white. And let's say the text that we write inside it should be dark brown. So we will mix brown and black. So we write text is equal to brown exclamation mark 70 exclamation mark black. Alright, this is how we have defined the states style which we'll be using to draw this circle. Now let's define the style of the lines that we would like. So we'll again write TIKZ style, say state lines, and the definition would be this arrow should be present, it should be very thick, and it should be of brown color. Okay, now let's start by drawing the circles. Okay. So slash begin TIKZ picture. Now let's draw the nodes. So basically we just have to draw the circle which is defined by the style type state. We term it as A. Where do we want to draw? We want to draw at 0, 0. And what should it contain? Let's say it should contain the word draft. Let's draw more circles or basically nodes like this. We call it as A, B, C, D and E. Let's say we space it at a distance of 4. So this one is at 0, 4. This will be at 4, 0. Then 0, 0, 4, 0. Let's make it at 8, 0. And then let's make it at 12, 0. Let's just comment this one out for the time being. And let's just build and run it. What's the problem here?
You have written SATE, I think, above instead of straight.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, please. Thank you. Okay, still
above. Style. Style.
Yes. Thank you so much. So now we have 6 circles, 5 circles, all are termed as draft. Let us change the title inside it. Let's say visible. Let's say review. Let's say accept. Let's just add a space. 20 points. Okay. So now what we have are 5 circles: draft, visible, review and accept. And let's say we want to draw another circle over here that is just below this review one, which is called reject. So let's do that. So node state E at this one is at x8. So we write 8 and we take it down, so it is -4, and the text should be reject. Let's just do that. States, sorry. Okay, so now we have another circle. Now let's just connect it. So we would want 2 arrows. We want 2 lines, one from draft to visible and another one from visible to draft. So let's just first draw these 2 lines. So we say /draw. Then what do we want to draw? We want to draw state lines. I'll just copy it so that I don't make some spelling mistake. Yes, state lines from A to B. So we write A to B semicolon. Let's build and run it. Yes, but we have a straight line. What we want to do is it should be bent. So, and it should have a text called share. So we would do that by writing first, let's bend this line. So basically curve it. So just after the 2, we write bend left, and then let's build and run it. So now yes, we have a bend over here, and now we want to write text over here. So the text we will write by writing node. Where should the text appear? Above the line. So it should be above, and then followed by the text in curly brace saying share. Let's build and run it. So now we have a text called share above this line. So now let's draw a line from visible to draft, something similar. So let's draw this, copy, paste, from line B, from point B to A, bend left, but where should the text appear? Below the line. So we'll write below, and then instead of share, we'll write unshare. So now we have another line from visible to draft with the text unshare. Now let's just connect the other lines, visible to review, review to accept. So we'll write /draw in box bracket state lines. And then we say from B to C, but it should have visible to review. We'll have a text called check. So we'll write node. Where should it appear? The text should appear above. So we'll write above, and in curly brace we'll write check. Let's build and run it. Okay. Semicolon. Yes, so we have this line. So we similarly we want another line from here to here. So I'll just copy this command, paste it. So from C it should go to D, and instead of check it should be finalized. Let's build and run it. Yes. Now we would like to connect review to reject. So, and with her text should be modify. So we would write /draw state lines from, this is C, so we write C to node. It should be okay, let's just write the text later. It should connect from C to E, semicolon. Let's build and run it. Yes. And now we will write the word modify it. Modify. So we'll write node. Where should it appear? The text should appear towards the right. So we'll write RIGHT, and then in curly brace we'll write modify. Yes. And now let's say we want an arrow, a line again from reject to visible. So we'll write /draw state lines from E to B. And again we will write node. Instead of modify we'll write updated. However, it has appeared on the right. Let's make it to the left. So now it has appeared to the left. And this is how we create some sort of a state diagram using these nodes. So this is where I end my session, but let me, before just ending it abruptly, let me just show you some examples. So if you go through techexample.net, if you are just write TIKZ examples, this is a website which has plethora of examples and categories. So starting with angles, arrows, background, callouts, clipping. Let's just go to circuit TIKZ. Suppose you want to draw circuits. Let's go here. You can draw such complex diagrams. It will not be with just these nodes. There will be, let's examine this particular diagram. There will be instructions for drawing these things. So if you see, you will have to include another package, and you will have to write something like 00 short. This is a mathematics formula and all these things. You don't have to write rectangle and other stuff. Already circuit TIKZ package would come with drawing of this kind of induction, this kind of voltage, resistor, etc. Similarly, you have other categories as well. Let's say we go to smart diagrams. So you can draw something like this as well. Let's examine this one. So yes, this is a small, it's just a small bubble diagram. So if you just call it as a bubble diagram, you include these packages, you will be able to, draw something like this. You don't have, these are already defined. You just have to use a particular package. However, the basis of teaching the basics is that you understand how they are actually done internally. Let's say nodes and shapes. So you can draw something like this as well. This is a fall tree, and the code is also given here. So gates and symbols, AND gate, OR gate, all these things are given here. So you will have to go through these categories and see what actually you need. You can draw charts, you can draw pie charts. This is the code given here. So you just basically need to edit it appropriately and do it. So let me just go back to my slides. Yes, so to recapitulate, we had a look at images, we created indexes, we created a presentation in Beamer, and then we saw how to use the basic TIKZ package. So you can include, emoticons using the font awesome package and all sorts of things. Thank you. Any questions?
Hello.
Yes, please.
And is the image file needed to be located at desktop only?
No, your image file should be in the folder where your .tex file is. You are talking of figures, right? Not TIKZ.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Figures.
Yes. So basically, if my tex file resides here, I would preferably put my figure over here, or create a folder called images and put all the images in that, and then refer to it by images / then the file name.
Oh.
Yes, please. Any other question? I'm not able to locate the teams over here.
And that one argument in arc you written 4 centimeter. I didn't understand that. 4
Sure.
centimeter.
Let me go through it again. Yes, which is this one. So let's just go to this. Yeah, over here. So fill with yellow, draw red, ultra thick, starting from 0, 0, 4, 0, and draw an of 0 to 90 degrees and of 4 centimeter. Let's just change it to 8 centimeters and see what happens. White your actual size has gone into R of 8 centimeters. So hence we made it of. Is this fine? MS Teams. MS Teams. No, not this one. Where am I actually being? Any other doubt? I'm actually trying to locate where the MS Teams is.
Are you disconnected?
No. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I'm actually trying to locate MS Teams. This is a default MS Teams which I use for my course.
I'm just below.
Yeah, tapped on this.
Delete option के आगे थोड़ा सा.
Delete.
From the right hand side, I think. From the right hand side. Here, I think.
Ah, yes. Thank you. Okay. Yes. Yes, please. I hope this session was useful.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, the session was very good and
Thank you.
we are pretty much thankful for it.
Thank you very much. So, is there any other doubt?
Any participant? No.
Okay.
Yes. Can I proceed for vote of thanks?
Sir, we will take some pictures.
Okay.
So all the participants, please make your cameras on. Ma'am, please make your camera on. We have to take some pictures.
Yes, please. Sure.
Ma'am, can you unshare your screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Just a minute. Just a minute. All the participants, please switch on your cameras. One more I want to take. Just a minute. Yeah, it's done. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Yes, ma'am. On behalf of Modern Education Society, College of Engineering, Pune, and from all organizing team members and from all participants, I express the gratitude regarding this wonderful session, ma'am. So the participants will get idea regarding the latest features in figures, sub-figures, index, beamers, and TIKZ TIGs. So I hope all participants will use these all latest commands in their work. Okay. So thanks a lot, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for inviting. Thank you.
madam. Thank you.
Thank you. So please practice it. It is quite fun to practice as well. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Sonali, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Please start your session.
Yes. So today I will just introduce to you how we write the question papers, and we also include the solutions. So we have questions with answers, and mostly teachers will be benefited. So is my screen is visible to all of you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So here we have to use the class called as exam class. So document class we will start with the exam, and then usual our begin document and end document. Okay, so let's take this example. So now let us use the packages. If you want to write the paper of mathematics, then M.E.S math, M.E.S fonts, M.E.S symbols, and here can give the title for the exam. Let's say begin center, end center. We will do centering here, and we will write say end semester exam. Just give the title here. Okay. After this, we have to start with the environment, begin questions. And here, this exam document class will actually produce you the questions or the sub questions. Okay. So we have questions, we have part of questions, we have again parts, sub parts, and sub parts also in the question. So let's see that. Let's see the first question. So find the solution of, let's type some question, differential equation. Okay, and then if you want to write the mathematical, then we have to use this math mode. Let's write one differential equation, and then we have this question. Okay, so automatically this one number will appear. So you start with this second. I will just copy this. Then we have automatically the numbers are generated 1, 2, and so on. So in question number 1, suppose you want to write the sub question, then you say in parts, and then itemize and itemize you have done. So same thing here, we have the begin parts, end parts. So I'll have, let's say, this question. Forget about the questions here. I'm just showing you. So in question number 1, okay, this is a this is a part A. Okay, here in this also you can add sub parts, right? So begin, and then you can add one more. I'll just show you. Okay, so in question number 1, there is a part, and in A there is a one part. So these automatically reflected. So these numbers, okay, 1 and then A, alphabets and then one small Roman numbers and so on. So if you write here, let us say you want to give marks, in the square bracket you just write, let us say 4 marks. This is a question of 4 marks. Okay, then 4 points, 4 points. Can you see here? Yes. 4 points. This word appeared, right? So here, if you want, instead of points, if you want the marks, okay, then you write marks, no points. So here, just a 1 minute. So here we have these 4 points. Fine. So then if you want these points to be on the right margin, so points, right margin, then you can see here 4 will appear here on the right hand side, right? So this is how you can write the question paper. Okay, in here it is very easy. So suppose you want to write, say for example, you want to write the multiple choice questions. Okay, so I'll go to the multiple choice questions. So here, suppose you add the question, let's write some question here. Okay, and we want to give the choices, so 4 choices. So you have to write here begin choices, and then we write choice, so read the options. Let's give the option. You can see A, B, C, D, these numbers appeared. So this is how we write the multiple choice questions. Suppose you want these options horizontally, okay? So then we can have this is called one par. And then you can see here you have the options which are like A, B, C, D here, not the vertically, but you have like this. Everyone understood up to this?
Yes, ma'am.
So instead of A, B, C, D, if you want the options in the box, right? So in the check box, then what you have to do is you just instead of begin choices, you have check box option. Boxes. So you can see here instead of A, B, C, D, we have the check boxes. So now in the same, okay, in the same template, we can also write the answers of the questions. Okay, so here in the question, so question number 1A, okay, this part, let us say we have the solution. So what we have to do is we have to start with begin solution. It's going to because we have not done. We also have to mention the optional. So A4, let us say we have 12 point. Let's you have
Okay. So
now you see here. Yes.
मॅडम आवाज ब्रेक होतोय तुमचा.
आवाज ब्रेक होता है.
हा
Now.
हा येतोय मध्ये मध्ये ब्रेक होतोय.
Okay. Okay. Because we also have to include these optional parameters, that is A4 size paper, then 12-point font, and then answers also, right? So if you consider this, then and if you write begin solution and end solution, then you can see here box will appear and you can write whatever the solution of that question you can write here. And if you remove these answers, okay, this answers option from this template, then only you will find the only question paper. In the same template, you just have to add answers and you can see. So if you want to do it, what you do is you just copy this and just paste it here. And you remove the answers from this line. Whenever you want the question paper with solution, okay, you just comment this and you run this program with the answer so that you will have answers. And if you don't want answer, you have to give the paper to the students. What you do is you just comment to the second line and you run your program with the first line so that you have only question papers for the students. Okay? Understood? In case of MCQs, if you want to write answers, right? So what you do is you just write here whatever correct option, correct choice. So you have to write this correct choice here, and then what you do is you just now, because I have not included answer, so I will just include now. Now you can see here what is the change. This D is bold, right? This correct answer is bold. Are you getting my point? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Suppose you want to write fill in the blanks, right? Fill in the blanks. So you write the question and fill in. And you can see here this line for the fill in the blanks. Okay. And if you want to write the answer, here, you just write here the answer. Okay. So answer will come. But this answer, when you have this option, when you have document class, okay, and in the square bracket, if you give show answers, then only this answer will be appeared, right? Otherwise, no. So if you just comment this and if you run with the exam, then we have only question paper. So I'll show you here, I have one paper. Okay, so this is a this paper I have prepared for the MIT School of Engineering students, okay, for linear algebra. So you can see here begin center, end center, and we have written end semester examination. Then again we skip the space is given, then name of that institute, then the semester and the paper code and everything. After that, the date is mentioned, the time is mentioned, okay, and some instructions for the student. So if you want to draw this line, we have H rule, \H rule, right? This is the command. Then we have this part A, and then again we have to write the questions. So we have here, I have used, instead of questions, I have used begin enumerate, end enumerate. You can also use this also, and \H fill, and this option is given for marks. So 2 marks for this question, 4 marks, and so on. You can see here. And when you have this is only with the exam, okay. And if you have this with the solution, this is a question paper with the solution. You can see here this solution will appear. So for each question we have the solution inside the box, right? And also the marking scheme is also given. So this is very, you can say, useful for all the teachers, right? And you can, those who are using the Teams, Microsoft Teams, to form the question paper, they can directly use the code of LaTex. Okay, they can just copy and they can just paste it there, so that you have you can see here, this is one of the unit test paper where I have these questions, then marking scheme. So points in the right margin will give you the marks here. So 2 marks question paper and so on. And here I have written actually this solution separately also. So you have these options, and whenever you write the mathematical, you just add the display style, the \display style, so that it will appear nicely. and you just, if you copy this, if you want to form the question paper, right? If you want to take online MCQ, you just copy this code and paste it in your Microsoft Forms. Then automatically you will get the same output there. You don't have to worry about that. Okay, so this is what we have, the multiple choice questions and so on. And if you search, there are so many templates available on the Google. You can refer the templates, whichever you want. Okay, you can just copy paste that code and you can just do the changes in your question paper. That facility is also available. If you don't get the answer of any question, if you stuck somewhere, then there is a website, okay, the Stack Exchange. You can ask the questions where all the LaTeX users are connected on the Stack Exchange. So you can use that also to get your queries. And I have one document where all the points, this is just an introductory part, you can say. Okay, I have not covered each and every, so you can customize your question numbers also. If you don't want 1, 2, 3, if you want your capital Roman or capital letters, so then also you have to customize that. You have to give some new commands to your LaTeX document, and it will help you to get the numbers, right? So basically, when you write your question paper, okay, you have to write the solution at the same time, and this is very useful. In the same document we can write the solution also. Okay, so this is just a document class exam. You can write questions with parts and subparts, and we may have the multiple choice and fill in the blank questions. And I'll share this document with all of you, and how you will leave the spaces for the answers. Okay, so this is also, so you can use V space there, and you can leave the space. So I don't have that, but you can use that V space option, okay, to leave the space when you write. Say, for example, in this solution itself, we will just add V space, whatever length you want to give, let us say 2. You can stretch also that V space, okay. So you can see this box with the answer. So if you give everywhere this V space 2 centimeter, or you just give the command stretch, then you have the same length and width for writing the solution of the question. So this is all about this introductory talk for the teachers who want to write the question paper, okay. And this is very useful LaTeX platform to write the question papers, okay. And at least for all mathematics teachers, please use this, because you will get very nice all these equations appeared in the italic font and so on. Okay, so thank you, and if you have any query, you can ask. I'll share the notes and templates also. Those who want, you can use that.
Any query?
Any query? Okay then. So I'll share this document, PDF document, with all of you, and you can just refer those who want to create the question papers.
Thank you, ma'am. Please switch on your cameras. We will take some pictures. All the participants, please switch on your cameras. Sonali ma'am. मॅम तुम्ही अनशेअर केली आहे का स्क्रीन? सोनाली मॅडम
काय झालं?
तुमची स्क्रीन अनशेअर केली आहे का? शेअरिंग थांबवलं?
हो. थांब.
एकच. One more, I want to take. Yes, it's done. Thank you so much.
I have shared the document on WhatsApp. You can just refer that.
कदम मॅडम.
Yes.
हॅलो. कदम मॅडम.
Yes, thank you, Sonali ma'am. Now I declare that the session is over. Aparna ma'am, please end the meeting.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much.